Hey, hello. My name's Elmok. I made a game. You can go wishlist it right now. Or if it's after October 21st, you can go buy it today. Seriously, go buy it right now. First link in description. Hurry. Now, getting here was no easy journey. This tale spans 4 years of learning and failure, but after years of struggling and mistakes, I finally have it. My first commercial game. So, okay, I might be exaggerating a little bit on how difficult it was, but let's take a look, shall we? 4 years ago, Friday, October 13th, me and my friends decided to go to a pumpkin patch for reasons that I can't quite remember, although fall activities is probably good enough of a reason. I don't know, I think so anyways. And so we decided to, and among many other fall activities to do at a pumpkin patch, we decided, hey, let's go through the corn maze. And we also decided, hey, let's play tag through the corn maze, because I mean, we're a bunch of high school boys. What do you expect? And while we're playing tag, I think to myself, hey, I could make this a game. And so I set out to make a multiplayer game about running through a corn maze and trying to avoid your friends in 2 weeks with zero multiplayer experience whatsoever. Yeah, not so my best idea. Instead, all I ended up was with a barely functional single player game that I actually found on an old USB stick. Wow, isn't this game amazing? Who wouldn't want to play this? I tried fixing up the game for a 2018 release, and while I did get it to be a lot better quality, which honestly isn't that high of a bar to pass, but I didn't get multiplayer working, and in the end I just ended up dropping it. Now, at this point, I figured this game, it's probably not actually the best idea, and I just thought of it as a dead idea that would never come to fruition. That was until this year. Fast forward to May of 2021. I had been working on a now postponed game since October of 2019, and I was starting to think about potentially releasing it. And that led me down the thought of, well, I kind of want to get a game out first, and one thing led to another, and next thing you know, I'm working on Cornmaze Craze again. I figured if I would put just a few hours of my time into it every week, like maybe 2 or 3, then by the time October rolls around, I would have a full game that's ready to release. So, now I had a plan, and I set out to start making Cornmaze Craze. The first thing I did was slap together a basic menu system. And then it was time to start working on the multiplayer. Now, I know what you're thinking, what the heck, Elmok, why would you make the multiplayer first? Why don't make the single player version, which is probably because that's how games are usually made. But I had my reasons, and we'll get to that later. So, I started out the multiplayer, and quickly realized I have no fucking clue what I'm doing. So I watched a few tutorials, took a few notes, and then it was time to really start working on multiplayer, because now I kind of knew what I was doing. So first, I needed some client-server communication. Basically, short end of the stick, I need to make it so when client goes beep, server goes boop. And when server goes boop, client goes... Okay, great. Now that client-server communication is working, it's time to finish the lobby. We got to get a little bit of this here, maybe some of these, maybe a little bit of this here. Perfect. So, now that the lobby is actually developed and you can start the game, it's time to make the actual game. And this isn't too bad. We just got to get the players moving, sync up their sprites, make one of them the poltergeist, and everything's doing fine. We just got to make the poltergeist able to kill people, and everything should be good, right?
Wrong!
It was at this point I hit a dead end for the rest of the night, because I had it seemingly the poltergeist was able to just straight up disconnect players at will, and I had no clue what was going on, and that just kind of stumped me for several hours. And then, at nearly 2 in the morning, I had my breakthrough. Hey Dipstick, the poltergeist killing the server object! It is responsible for updating all the clients on what's happening, and the poltergeist was able to just straight up destroy this object. Why? Because I'm an idiot, that's why. After fixing this egregious mistake, everything was working as intentional, and it was time to start working on the maze generation. Now, this actually only took me half an hour to get done, because I fucking yoinked it. Now, with maze generation done, it was time to get into this game's heart. You know, it's meat and potatoes. People aren't going to want to pay to play tag online when they could do it outside for free. And what better thing to do than to give the poltergeist
power?
So the first thing I wanted to do was give the poltergeist a tracking ability, because you're running through a maze, and with all its twists and turns, it just makes the most sense to me. So this should be pretty easy. All I have to do is add in a little specter that can run through the maze, and if he finds a player, he creates a tracking device. Pretty simple, right?
You spin me right round, baby, right round, like a record, baby, right round, round, round.
Okay, maybe not that simple. Perfect. Now the Spectre AI ignores all turns that it's previously made, unless of course there are no other. It's hit a dead end and there are no other options. Next, I gave the poltergeist the ability to create portals and teleport them, so if his little specter decides to happen to track someone on the other side of the maze, and he could just be like,
"Surprise, motherfucker!"
Now, there was still a lot I wanted to add. The game was far from complete, but I decided it's about time to run my first alpha test, see how well it works. So I gathered up my friends and, oh, I really gotta run. I'm sorry about this.